This is net worth one. Okay, so question 6 then, I'll start off by looking at the money that was paid. So we had money put into the bank account, and I know some of you in rough work, I think you might have done this. You don't need to do the bank account. All you need to do for rough work for this is the list of drawings, the opening statement of capital, list of expenses. But the list of expenses tends to be causing people problems, and sometimes it means that you make a mistake with your list of drawings, and this may have happened to you, I think, with 1 or 2 of them, but not many. Okay, so we start off with the figures that came from the bank account during the year. So we have light and heat, 6.9 or 6.8. Rates is 1,200. Interest is £2,000. Wage and expenses is 39. No. Delivery van, no. He took stock, no. There may be other things that may come up, but it's going to leave those for now. So light and heat. I'll go to the top of the question. Is there anything relevant to light and heat at the top of the question? So stock of heating oil, electricity bill due, something like that was what I'm looking for. Stock debtors. Oh, it's 4 months rates, prepaid 880. So that means that we had 880 at the beginning that was paid last year but was to be used up this year, so we're adding it to this year, so it's a plus. Trade creditors, wages due 700. So wages, general expenses, so 700 is there. So that means of the 39 we paid, 700 is to do with last year, so I'll take that out. So that's going to be a minus, because it's last year's figure. 6% investments. Now I'm going to put investment income in here. I know it's not an expense, but I need to work out how much investment income should have been paid. Is there investment income due, etc. I'll work that out at the end. Now, 6% investments, £4,000. So that means that the amount used is going to be £4,000 times 6%. Now that's assuming that I had it for the full year, that I had the investment for the full year. If I'm not told that the investment, they would put a date beside it if I bought it sometime during the year. So that's that. Now look at the end of the year, or the end of the question. Including the assets and liabilities were stock of heating oil 240. So that's light and heat. Closing balance. So that's for next year. So I'm taking it out of this year. Debtors, trade creditors, 1,000 due from a creditor. Okay. Electricity due 160. Well, that's to do with light and heat as well. So I'm going to add that on. So I'm going to take away the 240 and I'm going to add on 160. Bank 38, VAT due, no. Okay, so the amount used then is going to be the light and heat plus whatever my opening balance might be and my closing balance. Okay, is that right? So that's the amount we've used. And I'll do the same for all the other ones. Sorry. No. So I'm just adding all the way along. That should work. No, it's not. Okay, I'll do that again. Okay, investment income should be 240. We've already calculated that. With the investment income, just quickly checking at the top of the question, was there investment income due at the beginning? 6% investments mentioned, no investment income due. Go to the end of the question, was there any investment income due at the end? No, there's no investment income due. So the figure used is the same as the figure paid. Now, if we had done the bank account, and you're not doing the bank account, you don't need to, but if you'd done the bank account, you're given the balance for the bank at the end of 38.6. If you put all the numbers in, you will end up at 38.6. So there's no reason to do it. The only reason why you might want to do the bank account is so you can see what the expenses are or whatever. But you're given all the expenses, so there's no need to do the bank account. Okay? So now I need to look at our drawings. So each week they took goods 40, cash. Now I'm just looking at the drawings that are relevant to my expenses that I have here. No. 20% of rates payable, 10% of light and heat used, as well as 20% of interest payable. So the 20% of rates payable. Now rates, it says at the beginning, what's the story of how much rates was there? Just so I can work out my rates due, because I may have made a mistake there. 4 months rates is prepaid at the beginning of 880. So that means that there must be 4 months of rates prepaid at the end. So 1200 is what we paid. So it'll be 1200 times 4/12. Oh, no, wrong one, sorry. Put in the wrong place. Rates is, annual rates is 1200. So, put in the wrong place. 1200 goes there. Uh, 880 is there. And so 4/12, so that is minus 400, so the amount used is 1600. 20% of rates payable is going to be a drawing, so the amount payable, as in the amount we should have paid, is the same as the amount used, which is different from the amount paid. Okay, so it's going to be 1600 times 20%. 10% of light and heat used, so the light and heat used was 6720, the figure down the bottom. So it's 10% of that. And what's the next one? 20% of interest payable. So interest payable is $2,000. Let me just check. Did I work out my interest correctly? I've paid $2,000 for interest. He borrowed on the 1st of the 9th, part of which was to purchase equipment, and he would pay interest the last day, etc. So the interest used should be $50,000. No, it's 5. So 50 times 15% times how many months I got on the 1st and 9th. So that means I would have had it for 4/12 of the year. So 2,500. So that's the amount that we used. So there's 500 rates due, or sorry, interest due. So the 20% of the interest payable. So that's where our drawings comes from. Okay. Wages and expenses, there's no mention, so therefore that's going to be the amount that we're going to put in as expense of profit and loss. We'll add these two numbers together, and that will give us that, or take away your drawings, and the same all the way along. Okay? Are we happy with how to do that? Okay.